Now is the time. We're going to get into episode 2 and cycle 2 of Oxygen Not Included. So let's have a look at what we've got going on. We've had a good start with some beds. That's where they're hanging out right now. We're working on some research down at the bottom, and we've got a couple of toilets out here. So we had a couple of water sources down below, and I think metal was our biggest priority, so we could go up here, although we've got polluted water here to deal with. There's some up here, there's some in here. Okay. Let's get them started. What notices do we have to worry about? So this one has no power consumers. That's because they've finished building the cables for the research station. Let's unpause. There they go. That's what we're doing. We've got a lot of plant matter around here, some algae, and some plants there. They're all off running for the toilet, except for just that one. And the rest of them are getting ready to work. He's grabbed some metal so we can do this. And then once we finish this research station, we'll get into the research. Why don't we take a quick look at that? But we can't, not yet, not until we actually build it. So they're diggitying up. Alright. So somebody just level up. What was that noise all about? Oh, they're idle. Oh, it's because they can't reach this line. Peace. Okay, so let's figure out what we need to do next. Do we need... Let's take a look at our overlays. Oxygen. Everything is well oxygenated, at least in our area, so that's just perfectly fine. Some carbon dioxide floating around, that's not a big deal. In terms of power, we don't have much on that yet. Temperature, everything looks temperate. Once we get further out here, it gets a bit warmer. Same down at the bottom, and to the left. And, okay, so we're in the temperate zone of a relatively warm asteroid. Thermal comfort. Okay, so this shows us what will happen if they end up in these areas. Obviously they get cold if they go into water, and they're going to get warm if they go into these hot areas in the flanks. So then the light overlay is just going to show us... Oops, wrong buttons. The light overlay just shows us where we have light. These bugs create light, the printing pod creates light, and that's about it. Plumbing, we don't have any of that yet. Ventilation, we don't have that. Decor, green is good, red bad, and everything's ugly because we don't have anything pretty yet. Germs, this is new. So, this is a germ source. Polluted dirt and slime has germs. Strangely, it's not showing that this polluted water has any germs in it, which is unusual. And you can disinfect. Oh, nice. That is new. So we'll leave that somewhere near where it was. And then farming, we're not any of that yet. Okay. Now this thing that's in our area, it says growth halted because of illumination. With this little bug floating around next to it, is that mean it's too much illumination or not enough? You know, I don't know. Anyways, let's plan to find out. You can set rooms. I wonder if it's automatic. Ah. So they've got rooms set up. This is interesting. Okay, let's clear the overlays and figure out what we need to do next. Obviously we want to get the research station up and running. What else do we need to do? A storage box. I think storage is important to pick up all this stuff so we have a place to put it. Where was that? Storage compactor, that's the one. I'll stick that right over here. 2 should be good. And play on, guys. And then I'm going to deconstruct this block. begin a dig down here. One thing that I have learned from Toffman's series is do not dig too close to water. If I dig too close to over here, it will somehow leak through. So for right now, we're just gonna... That's about right. Okay, I'll give them something to do. Then, we've got the research station, so let's pause a second and have a look. Ooh, there is much more research to be done than when I last played. This is good. There was so little research in the last version I played that you could get it all done within the first few cycles, and then there was nothing else to research. So, let's have a look. Interior decor, that is cool, but not super important at the moment. Ventilation is a little bit later on, I don't need that. Plumbing will be a moderately high priority. Advanced research gets a supercomputer, so you can get the these red research. You require a certain amount of research points. Power regulation up here, more battery. Power switches are interesting, so are wire bridges. But basic farming, I think, is the one we want to go to first, so we can start making food. So, look that up, and jobs. Who is our research person? This person, so... You know, let me pause a minute and figure out what my resolution is when you see anything. Aha! Much better. Things don't look so pixely. I can see more. And now I should be able to see the entire research tree. There we go. And also this whole window. So, let me tell you guys to bugger off on the research for now. Nisbet, that's going to be her main goal. Ruby, it can do just about everything. We don't have enough people to start warning about them not doing jobs. So, and this is where we want to go with a bit higher priority on the research. So always researching, which means we're going to need to have power as high research as well. Though, it looks like we've got reasonable amounts of power. And we will need ladders to get further down, you silly beasts. There'll be different plenty to do. Let's set the tiles that we want to walk on down there as well. And let's extend that all the way. What is the problem with these things? Storage not assigned. All. Get everything in there, please. Okay, now how's everything looking? Oxygen's good, although down here it may get slightly less because there's no oxygen generation. We got plenty of oxylight up in these areas, so be fine. Why is it so chilly over here? You know, I don't know. Green is good, but he say it's chilly. I honestly don't know. Dude, I don't understand your problem. Why you say you're cold? Alright. What else can we build? No, a massage table probably wouldn't go amiss for when they get stressed. How is the stress looking? Where is the vitals? That's what it is. Stress, they're all at 0, so that's legit. They're not going to need that now, but we will need wire to power this when we do need it. Let's see. Break starts at, it says 60% stress and ends at 25. We can adjust that later if we need. How are we doing on metals? Not a ton, but enough to finish this project. And for that purpose, I think I want some ladders so we can get up here. So now they've got plenty to do. We get our next duplicate at the near the end of the next cycle, so next episode, I'm guessing. Plenty of power. Good work, guys. This thing is not growing particularly well. And the research is cracking out. Excellent work. Okay. Once we get up in here, we'll have a lot of metal. How does everything look up here in terms of... Okay, so we're getting into the edge of the temperate zone once we up into this metal area. Okay, so research has been completed. You get an algae terrarium, compost, planter box, and a ration box. Let's get some planter boxes out. Is it refinement? Nope. Where is it? Planter box. Let's take a few of those out. I'm dropping some dirt on these guys' heads. That's sand. We will need that at some point. It is a filtration medium, so you filter stuff through it, which is cool. Let's set up our next. Wow. Okay, we need to get rid of the basic research things taken care of first, so advanced research shall be next. There's Nisbet, she's going to research because that's what she needs to do. Let's get rid of that mess right there. Why do I hear sleeping noises? Who did it? Alright. So these planter boxes. Mealwood. Plant that. Oh, what are these guys for? Oh, yeah, let's plant these because they're actually more useful than the mealwoods. But that doesn't mean that mealwoods aren't useful. So we need irrigation for a bristle blossom. Okay. That makes things interesting. So it also needs illumination. Is that the idea I'm getting? Where's our light? Yes, they do. So, can we get any light yet? Not yet. Okay, so that will be our next research thing. We need to get the things that let us have lamps. Unless, what can they do with these bugs? Can you capture them? No, we can't capture them, unfortunately. At least not yet. That would be an interesting concept. What happened in here? Oh, the oxylight burned out. So we are going to need that pronto, otherwise they won't be able to sleep in their beds. So top priority for building that. Somebody get on that, please. Off you go. Quickly before it's night time. Or otherwise someone will be very upset. Okay, we got it done. Whipping out some research, continuing the digging. And there it is, nighttime. So things chugging along nicely. We're going to have to get some water for this. There is a new liquid management thing where you pretty much just install a tap nearby and then they can get bottles and transport it manually rather than through tubes. Which is, you know, a fairly good thing for early game. So we'll probably do that and just have them water it manually. Although, I do remember they have their own, you know, sucky tube things attached to them. They can suck things up and move liquids. So maybe we just need to get in here to gather this water, because this is such a small amount. I don't want to bother with setting in a tank like these two sort of are already. And we need to clean it out anyway if we want that area to be useful. So that is where we stand. We'll get this watered. We need some lights. Let's see, what does this need? Millwood doesn't need that, so perfectly fine letting them grow. Although this one we do need. Oh, no, it's in there. Is it? There we go. Plant that bad boy. Okay. That shall do for the moment. Thank you for watching. I'm Ranroth. Follow on Twitter at RanrothGames. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this one. We also have a Sims 4 series going on, some occasional FIFA updates, and Darkest Dungeon and Prison Architect may come to the channel soon. And soon on my scale is maybe in the next couple of months. Thank you for watching. Leave any comments you have for me in that comment space down there. And like the video if you enjoyed this episode. I will see you all in the next video. Peace out, homies.